Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day. I did like to keep you waiting, unfortunately, but hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's on a fantastic Wednesday, of course, wherever you are around the world. Of course, welcome back to a Liverpool news episode for you guys this evening. And of course, we do have huge news to discuss today, of course. And obviously, if you guys have seen anything else as well, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below as well. But of course, we're going to speak, of course, about Southampton youngster, of course. I forgot his name then. My head just got completely blank then. But Romeo Lavia as well, or Romeo Lavio. Again, I think the pronunciation of it, again, his first name, I do apologize in advance anyway. But of course, we're going to be speaking about him. We're also going to be discussing Mason Mount in tonight's episode. Of course, there's been obviously big news coming out over Mason Mount, of course, in the last hour or two, in particular. But more importantly, obviously, I think throughout today, there's been news on Mason Mount. But again, we'll speak all about that in tonight's episode. And of course, we're going to speak about Andy Robertson as well. Potentially could be on his way to Real Madrid if rumours are to be believed as well. So again, I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Would again, really want to know your thoughts and opinions. And again, if there's anything that I have missed in tonight's show or anything you guys have seen as well, then please let me know in the comment section down below as well. But again, hopefully everyone's had a fantastic day. If you're new around here as well, then please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button as well if you are new. Of course, I think it's still, yeah, it's 1-1 in the City game at the moment. Of course, been a very good, entertaining half, hasn't it? Between City and Brighton. So again, hopefully that'll be the case in the second half anyway. But talking, of course, about you guys, let's have a look what you lot are saying in the chat as well. Daryl saying said Mount was going to United. Yeah, you did say yesterday. Fair play. But again, we will see. Again, judging from the reports that are coming out, yeah, it's ridiculous in that aspect of things as well. Obviously, Brian's in as well with the clock emojis. Yes, Brian, I do like to keep you waiting, very much so. Hopefully, having a fantastic day as well. Anyway, Doug's in as well, saying hello, Conrad. Hopefully, you're having a good day as well, Doug. Evening all. Hope you're well, says Chris. Take Lavia in heartbeat as well. Well, again, we'll speak about him first of all, of course. But best moving on from Mount. No, he's worth 85 mil. Todd is clearly taking something. Yeah, he's on the dodgy stuff, I think, to be fair. But the Robertson rumours are nonsense. Move on. Clickbait. That's the best way of it. Don't get me wrong. Again, I want to apologise in advance, but still, again. And obviously, yeah. Well, there we go. Liverpool. Future Liverpool player Mason Mount, future Liverpool player Alexis McAllister has just been substituted on as well. So yeah, hi Jordan as well. Roberts Real Madrid, they can go and take a hike. Jock on as well, says Doug. I would have took Mount, but only for 30 mil. But we'll get onto that in a minute anyway. But of course, we're going to speak about Romeo Lavio, of course, or Lavia. Apologies. Obviously of Southampton and Neil Jones today. Of course, has come out and said that Lavia is the Southampton midfielder is on Liverpool's radar this summer. Of course, I think it was on a goal.com article. Of course, he wrote about. Of course, I think he mentioned that Liverpool, Chelsea, I think Manchester United were also interested in his services, and we know that Southampton are not going to take down their asking price of £50 million, because realistically, why are they? Because we know City have that buyback clause that will come into effect not this summer, next summer. So again, they're going to be demanding £50 million for him quite easily. So again, it's a little bit of a difficult one. I'd say, like, personally, I think there's better options for 50 million. Like, again, if you're going to go out and spend 50 million on Lavia, you've got your Garte there for 53 million. And that's the thing I look at. Again, I know Lavia, he's been Premier League as well, but I think Ugarte is a much better player than Lavia, if I was to be perfectly honest, in my opinion. But again, I know obviously I know plenty of people have different thoughts on that. But if you're gonna be looking for that type of midfielder, obviously I think he's has played as a six for the majority of the time at Southampton. I think he can play as an eight, as well as a defensive, maybe eight as a pivot. But again, look, I do think there are better options out there than Lavia. Again, you look at the options. Of course, we're going to speak about Mason Mount in due course, but it's. I think Liverpool. I think there are better options out there for what Liverpool could get. I don't know whether or not you guys in the chat are also with that assumption as well. But again, I want to know your thoughts and your opinions in the comments anyway. But just basically, that's all it is in terms of the Lavia deal. Because again, we know for a fact that Southampton are not going to want less than 50 million because of the City buyback clause, and we know for a fact that there's other teams and there's other clubs out there that have silly amount of money which will go out and spend that on a player that is 19 years of age, has plenty of potential, and again, like I said already, Premier League proven in many areas, but again, there's obviously certain other areas where I think you look at it, and I think just judging from what, again, I haven't watched him that much. Again, we'll probably see him more on Sunday when we play him, but I haven't seen so much of him. That's all I've heard from Southampton fans is when the cameras are on and when he's playing a TV match, he's unbelievable in the midfield. But then when you give Southampton a 3 o'clock kickoff or an early kickoff, he's not up to the standard as much as well. Maybe obviously Jurgen Klopp could get the best out of him, but still, I think for £50 million, again, I think there is better. There's better deals out there for that price. I think at least anyway. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below as well. But Chris saying I want players who want to play for us as well. Yeah, absolutely. Brian got clock emojis from the Calcium deal. I wish that was the case. Again, like we mentioned yesterday, the deal should be done the latest the 10th of June, or just before that. Anyway, so again, the next week, too, that hopefully get confirmed. The sooner with that, of course, the better. Because again, I don't want to be dragged out and then we hear the stories of Man City are going in for a late bid and this, that, and the other. I don't want that as well. And obviously, Daryl saying, yeah, touch him out. Deal. Again, I reply back to you, Daryl, as well. Anyway, but again, segueing onto Mason Mount, of course, and yeah, we're going to speak about Mason Mount because again, it is the topic that everyone is talking about at the moment on YouTube and well, basically in the Liverpool space of things, of course. Now, this morning there was a deal, a bid that had got rumoured around, of course. Obviously, the Anfield talk bringing it that Manchester United will submit a £55 million bid for Chelsea's Mason Mount as Ten Hag tries to steal a target from Arsenal and Liverpool. Liverpool are actively pursuing a deal for Mason Mount, and that was, of course, as you can see down the bottom, 8:52 this morning, and then just I think an hour or two ago, David Ornstein, of course, the most reliable journal there is out there, said that Mason Mount leaning towards joining Manchester United if Chelsea agree to sell. Talks expected between the clubs in due course. Other sides who have been pursuing 24-year-old England international are aware of his preference, which again, obviously Mason Mount prefers and does want to join Manchester United now by the looks of things as well. And Fabrizio Romano, I think about half an hour after this tweet as well, saying that Chelsea still want more than 80 million for Mason Mount extension, now unlikely despite Poch efforts. Man United also want him, and then again, Chelsea won't be enough. 110 million won't be enough for Victor Osimhen, who, of course, that's the main target supposedly for Chelsea. And again, obviously on the United stand of things, Dalot new deal and Harry Kane top target for Ten Hag as well. But again, that pricing from Chelsea, £80 million. They want over that for Mason Mount, which again is ridiculous. And even the bid that got rumoured this morning with Mason Mount, again £55 million for a guy that has 1 year left on his contract, not in European football. Again, Chelsea, they're not in any form of European football for next season. I feel like, as Chris said earlier on, Todd Bowley is taking something that is not making him think quite clearly, because again, to think that you can get around £85 million for Mason Mount is ridiculous. But again, with me also saying that, Manchester United, we quite clearly know, will spend a ridiculous amount of money on players. They've done it in the past. Look at Di Maria, look at Lukaku, for example. We know that the Glazers, they spend money, even though if you listen to United fans, they never spend any money. Again, it's only I think Arsenal and Chelsea, I think in the last 2-3 years, that have only spent more than them. And again, I think even if you look over the decade, they've spent over £1 billion quite easily as well. So again, I just think it's laughable. And again, if Mason Mount wants to join Manchester United and wants Champions League football and go to them, I'm more than happy than that. Again, the player profile of Mason Mount, did he fit the bill for Liverpool? Absolutely, 100%. And even still, with this news, it could mean a variety number of things. It could mean either it's a smoking mirror, which again, for Liverpool, that would be good in that sense, and maybe that might be the case. The more realistic, I think, answer is the fact now he wants Manchester United, and again, that intrigue for Champions League football. That I think is what Mason Mount wants. And the other thing that I think is a huge possibility is what Chelsea fans have said all this time, that Mason Mount wants that £300,000 per week contract that he has demanded from Chelsea. Obviously, Liverpool are not going to be paying anything around that, at least anyway. I think the most Liverpool would go on a player like Mason Mount is probably 180 potentially, and that's at a push. We know McAllister's deal is around £160,000 per week, but again, if it is all about money, if it is Mason Mount wanting that lucrative contract, then again, United is probably the best place for it, because again, we know, again, you look at David De Gea. If they're going to go and spend, I don't even know how much David De Gea is on, but of course he's on the 300 plus a week contract scenario as well. If they are looking at that, then again, fair enough. Because again, I don't want a player like that, Liverpool, if that's all he's interested for. But again, it does then offer the conversation of, again, we had Mason Mount and Jude Bellingham as priority signings, or Jude Bellingham, and then we didn't get Jude, who was Mason Mount. I think it now does open the question of who's next for Liverpool, who is the target. And I know there's been plenty of names being shouted out. I know you guys. I want to know who you guys think as well in the comments. I think is it the Hungarian lad from Leipzig. I think it's been shouted out the most on social media. Again, I'm not particularly sure for that right hand side now. Of course, I've looked a little bit at the player profile of what we've been looking after, but again, there isn't anyone that screams out now in that sense. But again, Liverpool would have had a plan B anyway. Of course, we know McAllister's number one, Gravenberch is supposedly number two. Even though at the minute, of course, Bayern Munich are still saying that he's not for sale. I still believe that there's something there with Gravenberch. But again, I think that it is going to be an interesting, a couple of weeks, especially if that Mason Mount stuff is true. With him now choosing Manchester United as well. So I want to know your guys' thoughts as well in the comments down below. To be fair as well. What else do we have? Right, a deal. Good. We want Kudos as well. Yeah, Kudos is another one that's spoken about. I think Jacques Talbot, I think, mentioned that Liverpool could go for him. Would fit that style that Liverpool would need. I still think that English factor is still a thing. I know there was a report I did tweet out, retweet the headache emoji for for I think Jude Bellingham was getting spoken about again, and I'm like, we're past this now. Like it's done. Like it's not happening. In that respect anyway. But yeah, kudos is another one. Who do you think we'd go for now, Con? I don't have a clue. I'm being perfectly honest. Though I did think Mount was going to be. I thought we'd get Mount and McAllister done, and then we'd go for Gravenberch then. Now, I don't know. Kiefer Turam is there potentially. I think there's other people. I'm just trying to think like who is available, who's not available. I'm not entirely sure. I did think Liverpool and Mason Mount were that was going to be the one. I think honestly, but again, let me know your guys' thoughts as well. Obviously, that's Doug's link as well. Thank you, Mark. Wasn't for me at Liverpool anyway, says Mark as well. I think some people were like that. I was a bit iffy of it. Again, for me, it was more on the senses of Liverpool should sign him for a certain price, and if that is the case, then perfect. If anything goes above it, then walk away from the deal 100%. As well. But reason we got the German chief executive is because we clearly looking at German league. Kimmich rumours are true. I don't believe Kimmich rumours. Again, if you guys have watched Kimmich over the last 12 months, he's been shocking at Bayern. He's been awful. Again, I know Bayern have struggled a little bit. I say they struggled. They are second in the league at the minute. There's still a chance of winning it. But again, obviously, hope Dortmund win it. But if you've watched Kimmich over the last 12 months, he's declined massively. And again, I think the rumored price was 52 million for Kimmich. Not for me. I don't want to go anywhere near that deal, if I'm being perfectly honest as well. But of course, it is true in terms of I know York Specty as well. Of course, he is. Of course, looking at the German market, I think he got. I will quickly have a look now at the names that got thrown about. If I can quickly find it, I didn't clip it up, but I did see earlier on the names that were Liverpool was supposedly keeping a look at. So yeah, obviously Ryan Gravenberch was one. Garvidal was another one. Florian Nunez as well. Not Florian Nunez. Neuhaus was one as well, and it just says that as well. So again, some there, but again, I think Liverpool they are looking towards the German market for sure. How's everyone doing today? Fantastic, thank you, Brian. A bit hot, but yeah, it's been absolutely scorching today, isn't it? I bet we have deals lined up already. Yeah, it does feel like that, Mark. Like again, I thought Mason Mount was done. I'm not gonna lie, but again, it's like I said, it's one of three things with this Mount situation. It's either it's true 100%, like he's going to United, this, that, and the other. I do feel that it might be that that third option I did say in terms of all along he's wanted that £300,000 per week. Obviously, you see Bukayo Saka get that now as well. So that might pave a way to it. But I don't know. If he does want United, he does want Champions League football for one season potentially. Then again, fair play to him. But you think about it, that he would be the first player that has turned down Liverpool to join Manchester United. Look at all the other like Thiago, Fabinho, Gakpo, Nunes. There's been plenty of people that have turned down Manchester United for Liverpool. So Sadio Mane as well is also in that list. So again, there are plenty that have turned down Manchester United for Liverpool. He woke up as well. You heard about me, Bri. I haven't just woken up. I've been watching Liverpool as well. Again, like I said, I like to keep you on your toes. I like to keep you, anticipating the show as well. But we're linked with, again, I don't want to pronounce his name because I will absolutely butcher it. But yeah, we have been linked with him from RB Leipzig as well. I think he's judging, I haven't seen his statistics or anything. Isn't he a bit lazy off the ball? On the ball, he looks to be very, very good. But Brian said, I'd love Kimmich, can't see it though. I can't see it. Again, I wouldn't want him. And I know you say class is permanent, and that is very, very true, 100%. But the last 12 months, he's been awful. Again, we complain about our midfielders now. I feel like Kimmich would be the same if we was to get him. General, it's players that are going under the radar that we get. Yeah, absolutely. Again, like you look at Bellingham, you look at Mount, you look at McAllister. They've all been in the news for Liverpool to go and get them. I would not surprise me if there's a midfielder out there that Liverpool haven't been linked to, not particularly rumoured as such, and then we end up going up and signing them, and then becomes a gem then for us. To be fair as well, I know the is the Frankfurt midfielder, the Danish attacking midfielder. I think he's got mentioned a few times. He could be one as well that we look at in particular, but who knows in that regard as well. But Mark saying City is 1-1. Yeah, it's 1-1 at the moment. I think McAllister's having a quite good game, I think, just judging from what I've seen. Daryl, he's not chief executive, he's just a transfer guy. Yeah, he's sporting consultant for German. Again, he's like in brackets sporting director, but he's not at the same time. He's a transfer consultant, and I think that's the best way of putting it. To be fair, but transfer guy then, sporting director. Yeah, it's like sporting director dash sporting consultant, because that's all he's going to be for 3 months. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I can't see a lot of these as well. Yeah, absolutely. Not even that. He just has remitted for Germany apparently, not the overall show. I don't know though, just what I read. Yeah, it's just he's focused on German market is the new guy again. So it must mean, of course, Liverpool are working in the German market, and he's there just to help for now, potentially. And again, it must also be the fact that Liverpool must have their eye on somebody else that isn't available right now, as well, or again, somebody they might be just trying to work on at the minute. So again, hopefully, we'll find out in the near future as well. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. But we will move on to, of course, the obviously the story with Andy Robertson. I know you guys, I've already said in the comments that it's clickbait. And yeah, it is a little bit. Obviously, this was going to be the main news, but obviously with the Mason Mount stuff coming out as well, didn't have time to change the title. But obviously, today Andy Robertson, of course, has been said that Real Madrid have placed Andy Robertson on their list of potential summer signings. The defender would command a fee. There'll be in excess of £40 million should he leave Liverpool this summer. Now, of course, we know that Real Madrid want Alphonso Davies. We know that's for a fact. Supposedly that they want in the next 2 years, they want Jude Bellingham, Alphonso Davies, Kylian Mbappe as well. And that'd be nice for a summer signings anyway. But again, if they don't get Alphonso Davies, obviously Robbo then is on that list supposedly. Again, I can't see Andy Robertson leaving Liverpool, especially if Liverpool were to get rid of Kostas Tsimikas. I don't think there's any way we do end up getting rid of our one and only left back unless we are going to sign Gvardiol. And then, of course, that covers that side a little bit with this new system that we've got. But again, Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool would be willing to sell Andy Robertson, and I don't think Andy Robertson would want to go either. To be fair, because I know Brian's said in the chat that Robertson, Robbo in Madrid. Can you imagine Robbo's skin in Madrid? Oof, wouldn't be too good. Don't want Tsimikas to go as well. I don't either. But yeah, again, I think it's another one of those stories where I think you look at it and it's like, I think if Madrid, again, I think Madrid would be stupid to even think they could get Andy Robertson. But again, I'm also saying that it's like, with this Liverpool model, we know that Liverpool sell to buy in this, that, and the other. Robbo would be probably one of only a few assets you could potentially let go if you brought in the right player. But then again, it's like, who do you bring in? Garvidal obviously talks with City as well, potentially with Garvidal. So obviously that opens up that boat as well. So again, it swings and roundabouts really. But again, I don't believe Andy Robertson's going to go anyway. I'm being perfectly honest as well. But Robert Madrid, now not happening, says Bry. Taff saying it would be a good move for Robbo. He has won everything at Liverpool. Should try a new challenge. He would only get one chance. Yeah, that's true. I can understand that part of it. Again, though, I just can't see Liverpool letting him go. Considering the fact that, again, the only suitable candidate would probably be Garvidal. Of course, Liverpool stick with this style and new formation. And just in general, I just don't think we'd end up, wanting to give him to Madrid. Again, I think I know he's 29, and I think he has 3 years left on his contract as well. But again, if Robert wanted to go, then sure, absolutely. On the level, I agree. It's just on personal level, I don't see him living in Spain. Yeah, no, I don't think any of us do, to be fair. Keep Robbo if we're going to keep with this formation. I'd sell Costas and get someone similar, like Nathan Ake that can play centre back and left back. Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at the most expensive option is Garvidal. It is because, again, I think Leipzig want around 100 million euros at the minute for him, which, when you look at it like that, it's a very hefty fee. But obviously you've got Inacio as well that can do the same thing. And I think when you look on Opta stats, Inacio's, I think he's got better statistics than Garvidal. But obviously, you are talking Portuguese league, the Bundesliga, which, to be fair, probably the Portuguese league is probably more competitive than the Bundesliga at times. But obviously, it'll be interesting. I think Liverpool will sign a centre half no matter what this summer. Whether or not we sign a centre half that is just a centre half, or whether or not if it is somebody like a Nathan Ake type signing, which will be left back dash centre half, then to be fair anyway. But give Robbo the armband next season, vice captain potentially, but then again I think that's Virgil van Dijk. They will get that for next year, if I'm being perfectly honest. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Obviously, I think Mo Salah's name's also got mentioned in terms of the captaincy, because I think they've got their own group chat. I think that the captains would do. But yeah, obviously, I think it would be interesting to see with that next season. He's already a natural captain on the pitch. Mark, makes sense to give him an armband. Yeah, well, again, Scottish captain as well. We have a numerous amount of captains, don't we? Hendo, Virgil, Ali as well. I'd class as a captain. Like Trent's going to be a future Liverpool captain for sure. Robbo, Mo. I've mentioned Mo already. What's we got? Midfield. It's probably more than I'm forgetting about, but still, there's plenty that will captain Liverpool for sure in the future. Anyway, but just to run through the news as well, guys. Again, it's not going to be the longest stream tonight. Again, it was only going to be about half an hour. But again, it was going to be, in my defense, there was going to be a few shorts that was going to get released, and then covering the news. But I thought, oh, you know what, we'll stream tonight again, because tomorrow, Thursday, we might not stream tomorrow. If there isn't anything breaking, again, if there is just one or two stories, again, we'll bring out on the shorts as well. Because obviously Friday, then we'll do a match preview for the final game of the season, of course, because again, we've got no football on Saturday. Of course, it's all on Sunday for the final day. But then again, obviously, hopefully there will be news, plenty of news that we can cover when the season ends, of course. Anyway, but of course we're run through the news then, and of course Lavia, Neil Jones once again has brought him up yet again, saying that Liverpool, obviously Lavia is on Liverpool's radar this season. Obviously, £50 million, is he worth it? I'm not particularly sure. If I'm being perfectly honest, but then again, be interesting to know your guys' thoughts as well in the comments. If anyone is asking what the score is in the Brighton games, can see your comments. Erling Haaland has just scored, so it is 2-1 Manchester City right now. Anyway, but talking about Mason Mount then, of course, the news that came out today, obviously this morning, that Manchester United will submit a £55 million bid for Chelsea's Mason Mount as Ten Hag tries to steal a target from Arsenal and Liverpool, of course. Liverpool are actively pushing a deal for Mason Mount. And then about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, David Ornstein came out saying that Mason Mount leaning towards joining Manchester United if Chelsea agreed to sell. Talks expected between the clubs in due course. Other sides who have been pursuing a 24-year-old English international are aware of his preferences as well. And Fabrizio Romano coming out and saying that, again, Chelsea still want more than £80 million for Mason Mount. Extension now unlikely despite Poch efforts. Manchester United also want him. And again, going on about Man United and Chelsea's target anyway. Actually, to be fair, I say it's 2-1. It's 1-1. It's been disallowed. I think for offside, or foul. Not particularly sure. But and again, Andy Robertson as well has been linked towards Real Madrid, as you can see. But there again, Real Madrid, have placed Andy Robertson on the list of potential summer signings. The defender would command a fee well in excess of £40 million should he leave Liverpool. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments section down below as well. And all the news that we've mentioned, of course, with Mason Mount, with Latvia, with Randy Robertson as well. If there's any of, I know plenty of people watch the stream afterwards as well. If you guys see anything as well that I have missed in tonight's show, then please do let me know in the comment section down below anyway. But I will get to read all of your comments before we do head off anyway, because again, it's not going to be a long show tonight, guys. Anyway, as Pep and Dezabi is fighting as well, I think at the minute. Hardly any left back cover anyway. Robbo, Costas as well. Again, James Milner is another one that I think if Timber signs, it's a added option, isn't it? If he was to go to Timber. What's the score of the Brighton game? Obviously 2-1, 1-1. Thanks, might change. Goal disallowed as well. Yeah, goal did get disallowed. I think it was a foul in the end. Nice. Zayn is on point as well. Yeah, Zayn's was a final score. To be fair, but 80 million, yeah, it is laughable, Zayn. To be fair, and even 55 is too much. Yeah, no, it is. Like, again, I think we've said all summer long, if it's more than 40, 45, then yeah, walk away from it. Because again, I think Liverpool can get better. Even if Liverpool do go on and spend, 55, 60 million, I think there's better options for that price as well. If Liverpool did want to go and do it, but again, obviously I know that there's plenty of people that go, oh, just sign Mason Mount, he's perfect for Liverpool, the way we want to play, he'd be perfect. But again, I want to know your guys' thoughts anyway in the comments. As I think Pep is about to fight the fourth official. Wait, is he going to get banned? Come on, FA, is he going to get banned? But yeah, obviously that'll be funny if that was to happen. Phillipson saying, if Klopp takes the captaincy off Hendo, I don't want it to be given to Mo or Ali, as in my opinion they have enough pressure on them to score in Mo's case and make the saves in Ali's case. Yeah, but again, I don't see Hendo having the captaincy off of him, if I'm being perfectly honest, unless of course if he was to be sold as Pep gets the yellow cards, lol. But yeah, I don't see him losing his captaincy. Again, as Brian said there, Virgil, Robbo, perfect candidates. But yeah, I think because again, we know that it'll be Hendo will be captain, Virgil will be vice captain, Robbo is probably third choice captain as well. So again, I think that'll be pretty much safe anyway for next season, to be fair anyway. But guys, hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday anyway. Of course, like I did say, if there isn't too much news tomorrow, we won't be live tomorrow as well. Again, if there is anything that does break or anything that does come out, again, we'll let you guys know in the comment section down below. But yeah, hopefully all of you have a fantastic rest of your day anyway. Of course, if you are new, again, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. We are trying to quickly get up the show. Again, we are trying to hit 1.1k as soon as possible. Again, the road to, again, next season, I want to try and get to, by the end of next season, I want to try and maybe get to 1.5, maybe at the end of next season. But yeah, hopefully we'll just, through the summer, we'll hopefully try and get more Reds in you as well. But obviously, big thank you to all of you guys that have tuned in anyway. But, and again, obviously, I massively appreciate all the support anyway. We are on, it says 9 likes, so we can get to 20, or 15, 20. Again, very much appreciate it as always anyway. But again, let me know your guys' thoughts as well. I'll quickly read out the last few comments. Agreed. Mark saying, yeah, we won't go for just one named player. We're looking at about 6 leaving. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. As well. But yeah, hopefully all of you have a fantastic rest of your day. Like I said, we won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Friday. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cup Council. I'll see you all later on. Ta-ra.